You've spent nearly a week looking at your ordinary life through a different lens. Yesterday's compass gave you a few more directions to explore, and perhaps something is now living on a slightly less convenient shelf. Today I want to talk about carrying. My grandmother had a wicker shopping basket. Not a bag for life, an actual basket with a rigid handle. She'd walk to the shops with it empty and walk home with it full, swapping arms whenever one got tired. Sometimes she'd carry it in front of her with both hands, sometimes tucked into the crook of her arm. I don't think she ever thought of that as exercise. It was simply how the shopping got home. Now, I'm not about to get sentimental about the good old days, because plenty about them wasn't great. But something has changed. We started putting wheels on almost everything. The supermarket trolley, the suitcase, the wheelie bin, the delivery van that brings the shopping right to your front door. Every one of those is wonderfully convenient, and I do use them, but they have changed something. Our bodies used to be asked to carry things much more than they are now. But the interesting thing is we still do carry plenty of times, especially when we do so with more intention. The problem is we just don't tend to think of it as beneficial. Think about the full laundry basket going upstairs, or the bag of compost from the car to the garden, taking the wet washing to the line, or the toddler on your hip, the pet carrier, the bin bag, the watering can, or 4 full shopping bags from the boot to the kitchen because making 2 trips would be admitting defeat. Please tell me that's not just me. The load is still there in your day. It just isn't labelled as lifting, so we hardly notice it. And the way we carry is every bit as habitual as everything else we've explored this week. We will often use the same arm or the same shoulder for our bag, the same grip. We get it from A to B as quickly as possible, and then we move on to the next thing. So today's experiment is simply to notice when you're carrying and bring some intention to it. Every time you pick something up and move it from somewhere to somewhere else, just notice it. What are you carrying? Which side naturally takes over? How far do you carry it before you put it down? By the end of the day, I think you'll be surprised by how many carrying opportunities were already hiding in plain sight. And then, if you'd like to play with it, swap sides. See what your other arm thinks about the arrangement. Try holding something differently, with a different grip. Hug the laundry basket to your chest instead of dangling it from your arms. Carry something on the opposite hip, or even roll it up onto your shoulder. If you're shopping and don't have much to buy, take a basket or 2 instead of one of those shallow trolleys and see how long it takes before you start questioning the decision. Or, and this one might sound a bit odd, carry something a little further than you actually need to. Walk the watering can the long way around the garden. Even take something upstairs that you didn't really need to take upstairs, but just because you can. Or don't change a thing. Simply notice the carrying that's already built into your day. One thing though, this isn't about chasing a personal best or seeing how much you can carry. It's simply about spotting opportunities to carry a little more often and in a few more different ways. Everything here works perfectly well with the things you're already going to carry today. And if something feels too much, put it down, have a rest, or leave it there. That's not failing the experiment, it's giving you a try, but most importantly, you're listening to your body. So as you go through today, here are your 3 things to spotlight. How much carrying was already hiding in your ordinary day? Which side always volunteers first? And did changing the way you carried something or why you carried something make the task feel any different? Tomorrow is our final experiment, and I'm going to ask you a question about something you probably haven't done for a very long time. You might be surprised what you find. I'll see you tomorrow.